They were never fighting you. They were never trying to win. They were following orders. You thought you were being attacked. But what if you were actually being activated? What if every demon you ever faced was on divine assignment? Not to destroy you, but to develop you. But if you are a chosen one, there's something deeper going on. The spiritual warfare you're experiencing is not random. It's strategic, orchestrated, timed, measured, not by darkness, but by heaven. Because if the enemy really wanted to destroy you, you'd be gone by now. But you're not. You're still here. You're still breathing. And you've been through storms that would have crushed other people in seconds. That should tell you something. That should reveal something. That maybe the demons weren't sent to end you. Maybe they were sent to educate you. Because chosen ones don't get trained in comfort. They get trained in chaos. You gain dominion by walking into battles you didn't think you could survive. And every time you did that, every time you didn't break, you didn't just win a fight. You ascended in spiritual rank. You evolved. You got sharper, stronger, more prophetic, more aware. You became less of who you were and more of who God made you to be. You were never the victim of attacks. You were the subject of refinement. That pain didn't come to bury you. It came to burn off the old you. It came to kill the version of you that was still attached to this world. The insecure version, the passive version, the naive version, because that version couldn't carry your calling. That version couldn't command angelic realms. That version couldn't walk into rooms and shift the energy before saying a word. You needed pressure. You needed heat. You needed something to rise up against you so you could rise above it. Every demon that entered your life had a role to play, to test your discernment, to expose your blind spots, to harden your discernment to a level so sharp nothing could deceive you again. You had to feel betrayal to know loyalty. You had to see manipulation to know truth. You had to be surrounded by fakes to recognize the real. And now you walk differently. You speak differently. You move like someone who's seen something. That's not paranoia, that's power. That's perception built through pressure. And here's the secret. The more powerful your purpose, the more intense your initiation. Chosen ones don't get casual lives. They get crucibles. They get wilderness seasons. They get delayed, denied, rejected, isolated. Not because God forgot them, not because they had authority over you, but because they were on assignment to refine you. That's why they couldn't kill you. That's why they backed off just when it looked like you were about to fall, because their leash was in God's hands. They could only go so far. They could shake you, but not shatter you. They could confuse you, but not consume you. They were bound by limits, because your destiny has boundaries that hell can't cross. You were never at risk. You were being revealed. Your true self was being called out of hiding, and darkness played a role in that unveiling. Don't forget, allowed for a reason. The attacks weren't random. They were regulated, not by the enemy, but by the Most High. Because God is not just your protector, He is your refiner. And the fire wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal what couldn't burn. So now, when you see the enemy, you don't react in fear. You respond with authority, because you've seen this before. You've conquered this before. The attack is not personal, it's positional. It's confirmation that you're in alignment. It's evidence that your next level is too close to ignore. And the spiritual realm knows it. That's why the heat has increased. That's why the pressure feels unbearable, because something is about to birth through you. But listen closely. Demons don't war against people with no purpose. They don't waste their time on those who pose no threat. If they came for you, it's because your existence alone is a threat to their agenda. Your prayers dismantle systems. Your presence shifts atmospheres. Your words carry codes. Your silence holds weight, and your energy, it breaks chains without even trying. That's why the spiritual realm watches you so closely, is shaking something in the unseen. You don't even have to speak. Your existence speaks. Your walk is prophetic. Your stare is divine. Your energy announces you before you enter. And every demon that was sent to break you ends up bowing to the light within you. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. Because you've been forged in fire. You've been tested in silence. And now your spirit carries a frequency that darkness can't stand, but can't disobey either. You carry authority. And here's the wild part. Some of the demons you fought ended up working for you. They turned from adversaries into enforcers. They send others to do it. So now, instead of fighting demons, some of them are working on your behalf, unknowingly pushing your enemies out of the way, clearing your path, exposing lies around you. Because God can make even your enemies serve you. That's what's really happening now. The tables are turning. The realms are shifting. And those same demons that tried to break you, they're now being used to bless you. They're being forced to watch you rise, to watch you heal, to watch you prosper. Because what was meant to harm you is now required to honor you. And that's what they fear the most. That after everything they threw at you, you still became who God said you'd be. So no, chosen one, demons are not against you. They're under you. They're beneath the authority you carry. They're subject to the divine timeline on your life. They don't get to decide your outcome. They only get to participate in your preparation. And whether they like it or not, they're part of your story. A story that ends in your victory. A story that glorifies God. A story that proves even darkness serves the light. When that light is divine, and that's what you carry. A destiny so protected, even your enemies are being used to fulfill it. Because when you're chosen, nothing is ever really against you. It's all working for you, even the demons.